Hello dear viewers, this is Nino from Game Filter, and today we're kicking Apex Changui's ass. And yes, his name is actually apparently Changui, that's how they say it in Korea. I heard that, so I'm gonna say it right as well. Let's first enjoy the great voice acting though, because I really love it. If there's ever been a boss more angry at us, I cannot remember one in this game. This is done. The voice acting in these with these bosses and stuff recently, Pro Abyss have really stepped up their game. It's fantastic. I'm really enjoying it. But now back to the boss and what he does. At the start of the fight, as with most bosses, he's very average. He does decent damage, takes decent damage, and doesn't do much. So you're supposed to just run around, use your iframes when you notice his attacks, go behind his bag as much as you can, and stab him hard, or punch him, or burning, whatever it is that your character does. The point is, go for back attacks, go for maximum damage. This first phase is pretty much just a warm-up for you to let you have a feeling of how the boss fights. While his damage is not very high, later on he's gonna get an AP buff, so he's gonna do a lot more damage and more stuff is gonna happen. But for starters, this is how the game acclimates you to the boss's abilities. You see that he occasionally teleports, he does some minor explosions on the edges of the arena, which is normal, and he's going to do more and more of that. So you generally want to fight him as close to the center as possible. Now once you reach around 70%, you see these trees have spawned on the edges of the arena and you have to destroy them. Each of these trees is going to summon suicide attack mobs, which will rush you and blow up on contact, doing massive damage. Actually, they will spawn these smaller ones who just run relatively slowly, and then these larger fast ones which jump and slash at you from the air. These are designed to break your block. So if you're one of those characters who loves to block instead of iframing, they're gonna break your block, and then the other guys are gonna explode and kill you. In any case, you want to destroy the trees without doing too much damage to Apex Changui, because if you do so, you'll push him into his next phase, and you do not want to fight him in the next phases with all these bastards trying to blow themselves up on you and kill you. So you want to destroy the trees. Now as you can see, what I'm doing is what I call divide and conquer. I am not focusing on just one tree and standing too long. Instead, I'm moving the circular motion around the arena and doing some damage on each tree, because I want to prevent the suiciders from actually reaching me too much and killing me. As you've seen, they still do a lot of damage and I'm having a hard time staying alive. After the trees are done, Apex Changui is gonna do this ball where he's starting to charge up. Just go behind him and damage him a bit. After that point, he's gonna switch to a charge in which he's midair like this. You have to go behind him again and use attacks with CC effects. And everyone seems to say that stiffness is an important one. I also use a stiffness, but I also add other attacks. People also say that you have to use an attack which has multiple hits and a stiffness effect. In my case, this was my Aqua Gel Explosion, the one that spins, because it does stiffness and simultaneously hits many times. But I've also heard, for example, that for a Shy, it's enough to just throw the boomerang and it does so many hits that it also counts. Now, generally what you want to know is do CC attacks and do many hits, and you'll pass this phase without any problems. If you do fail the phase, you can still use your emergency escape to survive the one-hit kill afterwards. But honestly, don't fail the phase. It's difficult to time it and you're probably gonna die. Now, once you've passed it, as you can see, he's gonna go back into a more normal situation. This is very similar to the start of the fight, with the difference that now he has the AP buff and does a lot of damage. And he will also create this shadow on the ground over there. And this shadow on the ground, which just appeared for a second now to give you a feeling of what's gonna happen, but it's gonna become more permanent in a few seconds once you push him to around 25%. And once that happens, first of all, you want to stay away from that shadow on the ground because it does massive damage. And secondly, he's going to, in that phase, summon 4 dog NPCs. Dogs, tigers, you know, they're kind of looking like all of them, whatever you like. Just don't stay into the shadow. The shadow is fire. It's not an insta-kill fire, but it will do massive damage and kill you. And you have to kill these dogs within 50 seconds after they have spawned. On Calamity 6, you are actually facing 4 of them. On the other difficulties, there's just 3 of them. But honestly, for most intents and purposes, this doesn't make much of a difference. They will clump up on you, and the only thing that increases is the damage if you don't move, which, as you can see, you have to do because they do all these attacks where they spit acid and stuff at you, and it's not good. kill him within 50 seconds, the phase is over, and the most dangerous part of the fight is also behind you. Should you fail to kill them within 50 seconds, the result will be another one-hit kill attack from Apex Changui. Now I am being told that actually it's enough to kill 3 of them, and the 4th one is just, you know, an added bonus for you. But I don't risk it and always go for all 4. Now, we have seen that the shadow now has extended to another quarter of the arena. You now basically have half of the arena covered in shadows, and the other half is where you have to fight. You will have noticed that this took around a minute, and you'll be correct. Every minute, a quarter of the arena is going to be covered in the shadow, meaning that from the moment half of the arena was covered, after I killed these dogs, I now have 2 minutes to kill Apex Changui, or I'm going to be in flames up to my knees and dying from them. This, however, is not too much of a problem. Apex Changui is very low. He still has his AP buff, but he's not doing anything out of the ordinary. He's gonna do his normal attacks. He's not gonna summon anything. Drain his HP to 0, kick his ass, and claim your victory by taking your prize from the adventure log. Should you require any other help with the other bosses, be sure to take a look at my other videos. Thank you for watching. This is Nino signing out.